In today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Gurgaon. In Gurgaon, I'm close to the prime golf course road of the city. Our tenant today is a young couple that owns an apartment in Delhi but yet stays on rent in Gurgaon. Why do they do that? What works and what doesn't? Let's meet them.
Hi Vishal, how are you?
Very well, good to see you.
This is my wife Shefali.
Hi Shefali.
Hi Vishal, how are you?
Very well.
Please come inside.
Okay.
So this is my house that I was talking about, a 2 BHK, a cozy 2 BHK I'll say.
Cozy 2 BHK.
Yeah.
Gurgaon में ज़्यादा 2 BHK है नहीं ना?
Yeah, ना cozy है ना 2 BHK है, but yeah, ये compact 2 BHK और you may tell this, but yeah, you're right that 2 BHK गुड़गांव में बहुत कम है, but this is what roughly 1200-1300 square feet 2 BHK.
इवन इस रोड पे तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है.
बिल्डर फ्लोर में फिर भी थोड़े बहुत आपको मिल सकते हैं.
ओके, तो शेफाली एंड शुभम, आप लोग गुड़गांव में क्यों हो? You are from
Noida.
I'm from Delhi. So from a background perspective, I have lived in Bombay for 10 years, and because of my marriage, I shifted to Gurgaon, or I shifted back to Delhi. But because हम दोनों की jobs गुड़गांव में हैं, and it took us almost 3.5 hours both ways, right, to travel. So that was becoming unsustainable. So we thought after marriage, we have to shift to Gurgaon to make sure that our travel time is reduced.
Okay, so basically Gurgaon for the job, and job यहाँ पे है तो घर भी यहाँ पे होना चाहिए.
Right.
Yeah.
So easy to adjust in Gurgaon from Noida and from Delhi. मतलब Delhi लोगों का वो mindset है ना, Delhi यहाँ पे है, Gurgaon यहाँ पे है, Noida यहाँ पे है.
So for me, it is not a very big change because I have been living on a rental accommodation in Mumbai as well for 10 years. So मेरे लिए इतना बड़ा change नहीं है. Obviously, there's a big change from Bombay. Food is great, space is more, right? You have more broader roads. So वो एक अच्छी बात है. But I think नोएडा का ये बताएंगे नोएडा से यहाँ क्या difference है?
मेजरली सेफ्टी इज अ मेजर इशू बिकॉज नोएडा में क्या है, आप रात के 8 बजे के बाद भी आपको अनसेफ है निकलना, बिकॉज वहाँ पर सोसाइटीज़ वगैरह थोड़ी दूर दूर है जैसे, तो इस वजह से हमें गुड़गांव भी थोड़ा सेफ लगता है. और हम यहाँ सोसाइटी में रहते हैं तो यहाँ सेफ्टी पर्पस अच्छा रहता है. अगर अदरवाइज अगर बिल्डर फ्लोर्स पर अगर रहोगे आप लोग तो वहाँ पे थोड़ा सेफ्टी मतलब कंसर्न है. आप रात के 8 बजे के बाद अकेले बाहर नहीं निकल सकते.
Tell me, how is this area? Golf Course Road is supposedly the most expensive premium part of Gurgaon. ये एक फैक्टर था कि मुझे Golf Course Road में रहना है या close to Golf Course Road?
I don't think ये एक फैक्टर था, but because एक जो सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर था commute distance, right? Although this is like 8 kilometers from my office in Cyber City, right? But it still takes me around 10-11 minutes because there is no traffic signal. They have a well-connected underpasses. So मुझे 10-11
well connected area by roads and metros. We have a
मेट्रो
nearby
भी है, रैपिड मेट्रो है, यहाँ पे अंडरपासेस है.
तो शेफाली एंड शुभम आर बेसिकली स्टेइंग इन गोल्फ कोर्स रोड क्योंकि ये कन्वीनियंट है.
convenient
Exactly.
है.
कुछ स्टेटस वेट्स की बात नहीं है कि मुझे गोल्फ कोर्स रोड में रहना है, वैसा कुछ नहीं.
स्टेटस की बात वो गोल्फ कोर्स से उस साइड है, जो डीएलएफ गोल्फ लिंक्स जो आता है जिसमें अरालियास, कमेलियास, मग्नोलियास.
ये घर में वेयर डू शेफाली एंड शुभम स्पेंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम? कहाँ पे?
Here in the drawing room area and the dining room area.
This sense. What do you all do sitting over here? Watching TV?
Watching TV, watching movies, Netflix,
अभी
eating over there.
अभी तो हम अपनी वेडिंग वीडियोस ही देख रहे हैं.
Okay.
We recently got married like 5 months back. So, and that was the reason.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
So this dining table also doubles up as my work from home setup. So I have a hybrid setup in my office. I go thrice a week. So the rest of the 2 days I have my laptops on this area as well.
And for you, office is also hybrid या
No.
आपका?
मेरा like proper working रहता है, 5 days working.
Okay.
I'm in a banking sector.
Tell me, for you in particular, you are from Delhi, where what I gather when it's my family also spent a lot of time in Delhi, कि वहाँ पे culture है कि rent is a waste of money. When you discuss it with your parents, was it easy to convince them to stay on rent? One is staying separately from them.
Yeah.
One is staying on rent.
Yeah.
How do you address
So I guess these two questions were very difficult when I was having this conversation with my parents. Firstly, living separately because the whole premise of me coming back to Delhi from Bombay after 10 years was to live with them, right? But the commute was so much, right, that it forced me to live outside my home after marriage. And the second question that you asked, the rental thing, that is so very true. To convince parents to spend this much amount on a rental accommodation, it's not very easy because at times they don't consider the time aspect of everything. So for them, maybe 3 hours commute is not such a headache than what it is to give a 70K rent to a owner, right? So I think that is probably one of the biggest reasons that.
How do you address that?
So the only way I addressed that was, so my marriage took place in December and I came back from Bombay in July. So that July to December period, I used to travel from Delhi to Gurgaon. So that gave them also that 6 months time period to notice and take stock that, okay, it is very difficult to commute from Gurgaon because they have lived in Delhi all through their life, right? So they don't travel to and fro from Gurgaon on a daily basis. But when they saw me that I am literally heading out at 7:15 and coming back at night at 10, and it is impossible to take a cab even in the evenings, right? And metro is fully crowded. So that self-realization kind of helped me in convincing them that, boss, this is not happening.
तो basically शुभम ने इतना डेंजरस ट्रेलर दिखाया है उन्होंने सोचा कि ठीक है बॉस को तो जाना ही थे.
हाँ, तो वो 6 महीने में. So my family is a joint family, lives in Delhi. So apart from my parents, even my grandparents, they were also of the view that why are you coming back and still not living with me? And to convince them, it was a bigger task because it's one thing to convince just one generation above, but a step up generation, it's a whole new ball game, right? So still my grandmother gives me shit on this, that, boss, what is this 70K rent almost you're paying?
70K.
So it's almost 66K, 60,000 is the rent and roughly 6K is the maintenance. So she's still not able to gather her thoughts that how can you give 66,000 rent when you have your own house in Delhi.
They are okay you staying on rent if you're far away, but they're not okay you staying on rent when you're close.
Yeah, she is traveling 6 days a week. इनके लिए तो possible ही नहीं है.
Who knows, had you actually stayed on in Delhi, she wouldn't have married you. Okay, this covers your living room and your dining room.
Yeah.
Up ahead will be the kitchen area.
Yeah, that's the kitchen area. Come.
Okay.
So it's a fully functional kitchen, modular kitchen. We bought this house, or we rented this house as a fully furnished house. So we just took our bags and just came here.
Okay. But then आपका वो एक demand था कि आपको एक fully furnished घर ही चाहिए.
हाँ, initially because we just got married and we had to resume office. So, एक बार हम चाहते थे सारी चीजें available हो and then maybe कोई भी furniture अगर हमें बाद में buy करना है, you want to buy anything else, you can buy later on.
Okay. This is your master bedroom.
Yeah, this is our master bedroom.
Good size. ठीक है. This is the bedroom area.
Yeah,
this is the
washroom.
This is the washroom area.
So was there like a dispute in your family when you were selecting this apartment? Did they want you to take a different apartment, or they were okay with this choice?
I mean, initially they were okay because the major criteria was to look up for a fully functional 2 BHK, fully furnished 2 BHK, because after marriage our offices were about to resume in a week's time. So I think even the family sort of agreed to this because they thought that if we spend our time in buying stuff, looking for houses, looking for more lavish accommodation, that will just eat up a lot of our time. And then we realized as well, and this was all happening during December period, right? So December is peak winters in Delhi as well. So in winters, you just can't roam around and look for choices, right?
Winters is basically when you can't breathe also, right?
Our family or people living in Gurgaon, they don't really care about this. That, okay, this is something that is of grave concern, right? It's only when it comes in media or when they show that AQI meter kind of maxing out on certain days, then when they realize, okay, things are bad from an environment perspective.
So basically, once you're accustomed to misery, it doesn't feel like misery, right?
You can say that. I mean, similar to how it happens in Bombay monsoons, right? Every time there is a promise made that next time the monsoons would be better, the monsoons are better, but the roads are not, right? So it's similar.
But Mumbai has the spirit of Mumbai. So
yeah.
Okay, and I can see a balcony over there.
Yeah.
Please come.
So was that like a very good enticing factor for you in Gurgaon, or?
Yeah, if you compare with Mumbai, yes, balcony is something that is nowhere to be found in Mumbai. But if you're coming from Delhi, right? Delhi has more lavish balconies because you have own houses there. We just kind of in the evenings during the weekends, we just kind of talk here, sip coffee, and a small area where we can just spend our time apart from our drawing room.
Tell me, is it easy to get a home on rent over here as a bachelor?
As a bachelor, so it depends. I mean, as a bachelor, at times it's difficult to spend 70K or a 65K on any accommodation, right? But in bachelor as well, you have a lot of options for 1 BHKs, right? 1 RKs, studio apartments that you have.
Okay, this thing covers your master bedroom.
Yeah.
One bed will be the
Yeah, come.
second bedroom.
We will show you the second bedroom. Come. This is the second bedroom.
Honestly, both the bedrooms are similar in size. You don't find any kind of difference in size.
How's the food of Gurgaon versus Noida and Delhi?
Typically the
similar.
same.
So I'm basically here. Which is the one place I must definitely go and eat?
And so if you're a momos lover, please go to Jalsa. Jalsa or Yeti.
And if you are chole bhature lover, go to a Virat Kohli place.
Yeah, Civil Lines wala.
Civil Lines wala.
Sector 14, I guess.
Virat Kohli recommend that. So it's a very famous.
So basically, I'm a momo lover and a chola bhatura lover. So I'll do both of them then. I'll do both of them. Okay, and that will be your attached bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom, yeah.
Okay. Okay, you said at the start that one of the amenities that really matters to you is security, a gated complex.
Correct.
Gated complex. Mein. Besides that, are there some things over here that amenities over here that are there and that you use also?
Yeah, so we do have clubhouse, cafes, swimming pools, a lot of sporting arenas and sporting surfaces that we have. But for that, we'll have to head down. But before we head down, I'll give you a sneak peek into Gurgaon samosas, something that you'll never even dream of tasting in Mumbai.
Okay, Gurgaon samosas versus Mumbai samosas.
Yeah.
Gurgaon samosas are better.
Yeah,
much better.
I mean, North Indian, I'll just say. You find samosas much better.
Chalo, let's have that.
Yeah, please come.
Okay, so this is one of the amenity area. This is your favorite area?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is our favorite area, and I think in the evening, a lot of times when we do get time, probably on Fridays and Saturday evenings, this is the time we spend a lot. And even when our parents come, we kind of sit in this area. I mean, we've seen a lot of swimming pools, but this is one of its kind in between the society. So yeah,
Thoda resort type feel hai ye.
Yeah.
What
Good
are the
amenities.
what are the other amenities over here?
so you do have a small basketball court, a badminton court, and all the indoor games: carom, chess, table tennis. So
There's no bus network.
No, I think यहाँ पे काफी अच्छा network है. Even the rapid metro, if you see, right, यहीं से वो दिख जाता है rapid metro. वो बहुत अच्छे से है. Roads का बहुत अच्छा network है. Autos, cabs, metros, own vehicle, right. So all those things are very good.
घर लेने का plan है? या अभी तक you aren't still sold on Gurgaon to make that big?
Yeah, I think the second option. घर लेने का plan ऐसा नहीं है, सोचा नहीं है, but वही बात है कि अभी तक I think we just got married 5 months back. So maybe after a couple of years when we think, okay, because I just feel that हर location का ना एक vibe, एक environment होता है, and वो समझना बहुत जरूरी है before you invest that amount of money, right? And buying home can only happen once in a lifetime for every kind of middle class person, right? So before taking that plunge, I just want to understand the dynamics of NCR, Gurgaon, Noida.
Okay, on that note, Shubham and Shifali, thank you for coming on the
Thank you,
Tenant.
Vishal.
From Delhi to Noida and clearly loving Gurgaon. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Time for the report card. This is a compact 2 BHK of almost 900 square feet area in a gated community location. This is along the prime golf course road in Gurgaon, one of the most expensive and central parts of the city. Connectivity, well connected via road to towards Delhi and the key parts of Delhi. Also close by to all the prime spots in Gurgaon. All in all, if you're a person that wants to be in a 2 BHK apartment which is in scarce supply in Gurgaon, wants something which is very well connected, is okay paying an above premium budget, this is a sort of location and project that can be considered.